Who's ready to learn how to play Luna? Because I know I am. Alright, so I went ahead and set up the board, and all you have to do is pretty much put together all the pieces that make up the giant tower, and then surround the giant tower with the 7 smaller islands that make up the game of Luna. So what I'm going to do is go over each island as I place down the tokens that are included on each island, and kind of give a brief overview of what they do. This game is really complicated to learn, but a fantastic game to play. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started right here. So this is the shrine or temple island. Not too sure of the name, but I'm just going to call it the shrine or temple island. And what these shrine or temple tokens do is they let you build I'm going to place this down. They let you build a shrine or temple from your pieces. So I'm going to pull out the white characters to give you an example of what a shrine or temple looks like. So what you do is you'll have this, and wherever the builder, which is this guy, is at, you can put a temple there. And it acts as a worker. It pretty much is just going to be a stationary worker on any island that you build it on. Really cool. Really helpful. So to explain the bribery, I'm going to go ahead and set up the roadway of tokens that I forgot to do. But I think the real question here is, do you all like magic? Because when I do this, the game's set up. Focus. We have the guard piece. Now each token is going to be one of the tokens that are inside the board here, and keep in mind this is a 2-player game setup. Otherwise, for 3 players you'd have one more, and for 4 players you'd open this up. So these are flipped pieces here. So since this is a 2-player game, it's every guard follows with 2 tokens, all the way down 6 rounds pretty much. So there's this 6-point guard over there, 5-point, 4-point, 3-point, 2. All right. Anyways, where was I? Gold. Gold is awesome. So now that we have the guards out here, I can explain. So when you are trying to take a worker from an island and move it to the larger island, what you need to do is exhaust one of your workers to move him onto one of these tokens out here. Now here's the thing about these tokens. You can only place them on the tokens that are in front of the guard, because the guard's guarding the rest. So in this example we have the monk thing and the herb. So I can only move a worker from the herb island or the monk island. So I take him and then move him onto that piece over there. However, if I were to bribe the guard, then I can be like, okay, thanks guard, I'm gonna go on the tsunami island or the book island. So I can pretty much just not just have to rely on these 2 pieces. I'd have these pieces here. Pretty awesome. Really interesting mechanic there. I think another thing I forgot to mention is that these tokens are going to be in order from the highest number down to the lowest number. The numbers don't really make a difference. It's just a matter of knowing what pieces go where. And then the last 2, like the lowest numbers, are actually going to be on the board, along with these little book pieces. Placed here, you'll have your little meeple on it. So I'm going to be playing with a white and a blue today because I think they contrast well, and you can definitely see the difference between the 2. No colorblind problems here. Okay. So anyway, the next island is the books. And what the books do are move these books around. Now, why would you want to move this book around? Simple. When people are taking their workers from the outside in, if you were to land next to an opponent and they don't have a book, they get kicked out of the island and left on the dock. And then from there, you gotta make your way back to an island. So it's just a lot of It's a really mean move. It always happens to me, but it's okay because I am an avid believer that you should forgive people for their mistakes or for being mean. You know, not everyone understands. Anyways, next island, the Herb Island. Herb Island's cool. When you're exhausting workers, an herb will wake one up. Simple. Next island is this one here. Tsunami Island. What does a Tsunami Island do? So, throughout the game, we're going to be having meeples set up on different islands. Sometimes, this arrangement isn't in our favor. So we could use the Tsunami token to take our meeples and reallocate them. Really cool. I know a lot of this isn't going to make sense, so when I'm explaining the game more, I'll have links back to what I'm saying earlier in the video. I think that's helpful. The boat. Similar to the tsunami, however, they don't get exhausted, because obviously riding a wave is very exhausting, so they'll stay awake. And last but not least, the monk. Actually, I don't think this is a monk, I think this is an extra worker. It's a temporary worker. That is self-explanatory, though. Sorry for the shadow here. I have really bad video quality, but you know what? I accept it. What else can I explain? Candle. What are candles? Candles pretty much let you skip your turn. You skip 3 turns on a 2-player game, 4 on a 3 to 4-player game, and round's over. So let's get down to business. You begin the game by allocating 2 workers 4 times. So you're going to have them on different islands. Alright, perfect. And it is a 2-player game. So I'm going to start by placing my 2 white meeples on the Temple Island, while the blue player over here wants to place it on the temporary. Actually, no, he wants to place it on the Tsunami Island. And you're going to do this 4 times, so I have 3 more times. I'm taking my white workers, putting them on the Herb Island. Herb Life. Blue workers are going to go on boat. White workers going on. Going to hang out with the blue workers on the Tsunami Island. Blue workers aren't that cordial. They're going on the Buck Island. And I believe that's 3, so 1 more. And last but not least, perfect. Set up. Also, your player gets to place 1 shrine on any island. So mind you that you can't place the shrine where you've already placed your meeples. So I'm placing my shrine on the boat, and blue player is going to place their shrine on the bribery. So whatever's remaining, go ahead and take up one of those tokens. So for the white players, they get a temporary worker, and they get a book. So I'm going to have his pieces over here. And for the blue player, he didn't place on the Herb Life, and the shrine. So far, I would say that the blues have an advantage because these shrines are so helpful, man, I swear. So, how a turn works. Let's begin by placing down, because I forgot to place them. What are they? This is the Luna, the priest, Luna goddess, whatever. If you have the most influence island on an island at the end of the round, there's 3 rounds, I think. No, sorry, 6 rounds. What am I thinking about? You'll get 5 points, while the second leading will have 2. Now I'm using a 2-player token. There's also one for more players, but I don't have her set up because I'm doing a 2-player game today. This is the worker. The builder. I'm gonna place the builder there. And this dude, he just looks like a really bad person. Like, I hate for him to come in while I'm working and me have to serve him. But that's beside the point. He's just really bad. You don't want him on the island with you. Otherwise, he's going to take away points from you because he whispers in your ear or something. I don't know what he does. He's a tempest or something. He does bad things. And it's not fun to do bad things. So, at the end of every round, it's really cool. These actually move around the board. They'll move 5, they'll move 4, and he'll move 1. And that'd be like, different islands. So it kind of keeps the momentum of the game flowing. Anyways, I'm going to say that this is the end of the setup and I guess how to. And at this point, I'm just going to start playing. So I'll begin playing Luna, the Moon Priestess game from TMG, published by TMG at least. So as my first player I'm going to have is the white worker. And what he's going to do is, and keep in mind there are these that you could follow along with. They tell you what moves you're allowed to take. But I'm just going to play a really quick mock game. So my players want to keep the influence pretty high on this island because of the Moon Priestess for obvious reason. So what we're going to do is be pretty quick about this. I'm going to go ahead and take my worker, temporary worker, use him along with the shrine to pick up a boat because I feel like this is going to be important in the long run. Blue is just trying to get some points on the map really quick, so he's going to exhaust one of his and place the other one, and this is the temporary worker island, so he's going to place it on temporary worker token over there. So on the next turn, he's going to move this guy into the, or woman, it could be either, into the giant island. And he'll be placing it here. So notice that I have a book here. The book will protect this worker from getting kicked out of the big island. If he didn't have this book, he would be kicked out of the island, but he's safe when that happens. So this island is, my influence is pretty strong here, so I'm probably going to get these 5 points. So I'm just going to exhaust 1 in order to move my influence in the island up. Now that gives you some bonus points towards the end of the game, and also is a tiebreaker, which is pretty cool. Over here, you notice that he's here, he's really evil. He takes points away at the end of each round, and she, or he, the blue player, has influence here, so I think they want to get rid of that. So what are they going to do? Simple. They're going to exhaust one of their meeples to get the last boat token. 2 of their meeples, sorry. For a 2-player game, each island's going to have 2 tokens. What do I want to do? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and exhaust a meeple to get this piece here. So now they're both filled up. If we wanted to get the tsunami or the bribery, then, I'm sorry, the book or the tsunami, we'd have to bribe them. So the blue player is going to take their token and warp it inside and collect points. So being that this guard is currently on 6, our blue player here is going to be collecting 6 points. I'll place their coins. Oh, sorry, Luna. Okay. Now my player also is probably going to follow suit. Oh, because doing so knocks this worker out of the game because blue player was not protected by a book. I'm glad you guys got to see that example. Thank you so much. Round of applause. He's also getting 6 points and 1 point for displacing that player. Alright, over here we have some work to do, and then over here we have some work to do. So the blue player is going to take their boat, use it, and travel these meeples out to a different island. And they want to get this influence over here because they're genius. Wow, so good. We don't have much left, but I want to go ahead and show you how every move works. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, perfect. I don't really like this island too much, so what I'm going to do is do an adjacent island swim. So this meeple is going to swim to a new island, and he's exhausted, which is a really nice move. It's really helpful when you're just trying to get people off the island really quick, especially with him. He's so mean. He's a jerk. Blue player is just kind of content with where they're at, so they're going to go ahead and wait one round. They also can't really do much, especially with him just chilling there. Blue, but they can wake somebody if they want. White player is going to go ahead and I guess they're just going to get a bribery. No, they're going to both exhaust themselves so we can move up some influence. That's actually, it's called the Council of the Priests, but so the blue player is going to wait, and just to get that little bit of a point, the white player is going to wait. They get 1 point for waiting the round over. Round ends. I like to start by moving him over here to the next spot where he's now worth 5 points. Opens up the 2 new tokens. And then we get points for having people in here. So since I have 2 influence, I get 2 coins. And since they have 1 influence, they get 1 coin. Everyone gets to wake up. Wake up, everybody. And this gets reset. They had more influence on this island than I did, so they get 5 points, but I only get 1 or 2. They shift 1. The builder shifts 4. And the moon priestess shifts 5. Oh, what an island to be on. What an island to be on. Wow. So I'm going to do one more round, and hopefully that'd be good enough for you all to know how to play Luna. Let's do this. So, wake up, everybody. Oh man, blue is not starting this round off great at all. They do have a shrine, so I think what they're going to go ahead and do is exhaust both players to build a shrine on this island. I'm going to build it right next to the white shrine because the quality, guys, that's why. Anyways. And that's also because the builder is on this island along with the exhausted workers. I turned in the shrine piece. There it is. Cool. Really pretty mix of colors there, I'm not going to lie. White player, what are you going to do? Well, you noticed that the book and the tsunami thing are open. You definitely don't have the resources to move this player up. So what do? You also don't have an herb life. So check this out, everyone. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. Pretty great idea here. Blue player is going to take their worker and swim over to this island. Bam. So they're exhausted. That's their move. Wait for it, guys. It's really cool. White player, what are you going to do? Well, you have a book and you have a boat. So let's go ahead and use the boat in order to move this player off the herb island onto this island. Why? Simple. You'll see in a second. So, remember what I was saying about this awesome move that blue is going to do? Get a load of this, guys. And gals. See that herb? Place it back on the herb island. What am I doing? Oh, he's doing it. He wakes him up. Whoa. But then the blue, he's got to rebuttal somehow. No one was ready for this one. Exhaust. Go to sleep in the ocean. Whoa. That is just too much. But you think it's over. Nope. Check this move. Check this move. Exhausted. Temporary worker. Whoa. That is just too much to handle. All that epicness. So the white's going to go ahead and move in here. He's going to 10. Which is here. Now blue. as move there and a move over there. So that'd be the greatest thing for blue to do. Leave in the comments section. Not that it makes a difference, because I'm going to be making the moves anyways. They're going to actually just exhaust and move up the council. We have white over there, and we have white over here. Obviously with the more influence. Now, I'm glad this happened. Shrines do count as influence. If I was the only person that had a shrine on this island, and I ended up exhausting this worker, I'd still have the majority influence. Now, let's say I do exhaust this worker, and there's just 2 shrines left. This is based off the council now. White worker is going to go ahead, exhaust, get a shrine piece. Blue worker is going to temporary worker to also exhaust and get a shrine piece. And then I believe that's the round. So I'll go ahead and get my 5 points for that. They'll get their 2 points. My influence is 3 in here, so I'll get 3. They have 1. Just like that. And the guard's going to move up, open up a new slot, and whoa, there's 3 spots now. Moves 5, moves 4, everybody wakes up, and that's pretty much the gist of the game. The only difference is at the end of the game, you get the final scoring of each shrine, each leftover token in your section, and you'll score the points that are in the council. Thanks for watching.